G'day everybody, I hope you're well. Craig here. Been trading for 20 years and I'm going to break down what I'm seeing in the markets right now. If you like my content, please do give me a follow, and if you've got any questions, well, just hit them in the comment section. Anyway, Bitcoin's up 2.14% today in what has been a very nice recovery from December 1st crash. Yeah, we saw a big fall in the market on the first month of December. This beautiful pullback. Now, if you've been following me and my content for a little while now, you'll know this pullback into this cradle zone. I've been looking for one-to-one trades. There it is, boom, done. And why have I only been looking for one-to-ones? Well, because of this. We're seeing a trend continue and then reverse very, very quickly. And we'd seen that for quite some time through a lot of slop through here. The last good period that we had was sort of April. Throughout that run here, we did very well, but it's been very messy for a while. Then the next best run has been this big decline. We had some very good cyclicity and some very good trends to the short side there. Now what we've seen is kind of what we all want to see. We want to see Bitcoin move higher. I'm going to take you through a few things because it's about Bitcoin structure right now. It's about the sentiment in the market. It's about the macro picture, but I'm going to just ignore all that macro stuff and show it to you on a chart and what my plan's been for a long time. Again, if you've been watching my content, you'll be hearing me talk about the monthly chart for ages. It's my macro picture. It's a macro uptrend and it's looking really nice. Pullback here, moved again, pullback here. This is where I trade from. I built a career trading out of this cradle zone. And it's pulled back in again, really nice move. We have had a pullback here, of course, and I've been saying for a while, if you look at my YouTube page, The Grow Me Co, you'll see there's a video there that says Bitcoin can be at 90K and still be great, still be healthy, or whatever the words I used. I pulled back, obviously, about 10 grand deeper than that, but that's okay. Look at it in here, beautiful, bullish candle. I know, given it's, what are we, the third day in December, a long way to go, but there's a couple of things that I think are really important. Number one, where's my MACD gone? Why has that gone all funny? Oopsies. Let me see if I can get that back. It seems to be off the chart for some reason. There we go. From this high to this high, the MACD's been beautiful and converging. Now, you'll notice I don't have a histogram. I don't have the signal line. Why? I don't use it. So what I'm seeing is a strong trend in the monthly. It's back in that cradle zone. It's above 90,000. It's looking very, very good. But here's the big bit. Here's the big bit. And as we look at, all the FUD that's been coming out and all this sort of stuff, well, that's typically what happens for us to get a significant pullback like this or like this. And this one happened quick. This was a slow death by 1,000 cuts. I'd rather a fast rip down so we can get moving again. So this was a very painful month of November. There's no doubt about it. But let's have a look at this daily because we are in the right spot in the monthly for this. If we're going to see it step out, it's going to step out from here, in my opinion. Have a look at the daily now too. Well, I did say in my Discord community recently, and I think I might have said it on some other videos, I'm not sure, but I said that if we're going to get the perfect case scenario, i.e. the daily going into an uptrend, which requires a higher low and a higher high, we're going to see some selling come in. And that's going to be painful because it's going to be, we're going to be going, are we in a continuation of a downtrend here, or are we going to get a reversal? Well, the answer's being given to us, only just, but it's there. There's now a confirmed higher low. Why is it a confirmed higher low? Well, the daily is officially in an uptrend. I'm not going to say that it's a strong uptrend at this stage because it's not. But the definition of an uptrend is a higher low and a higher high. Well, it's broken through the high of that candle at 93,081, and today it went to as high as 93,931. Bitcoin is in a daily uptrend. Bitcoin's monthly is in a monthly uptrend in the right spot. The weekly is the one that's still a bit ugly, still overextended, and still a bit of a mess. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see us move on way back onto 100,000 throughout the rest of the. Well, it could take a couple of weeks, but the way that things are in motion at the moment, there seems to be a little bit more. We're seeing some decent moves to the upside. Have a look at yesterday, 5.79. Today, 2%. We haven't seen any really strong buying moves for quite a long time. It was back over here on the 1st of October that we saw something decent until yesterday or the last 24 hours. So there is a little bit more coming into the market. And whilst these are what I call green shoots, the green shoots in the right direction. We are starting to get some momentum back. Of course, QT now ending, and that is showing us a very nice pullback on that monthly. So fingers crossed for a Santa Claus rally. Coming to the total market cap now as well. Well, nothing's really shifted here either. The trend remains strong. The momentum is up. Sorry, let me get that. The MACD keeps playing up for some reason. Again, a higher high to higher high. MACD's looking good. It's strong. Each time we've pulled back into this cradle zone, we've moved. What I'd like to see is either a bullish candle for December so that January can look to break the high and continue on the run. But ultimately, it'd be wonderful to see a candle like that for December. Unlikely at this stage. But look, the thing is, we've got a nice bullish candle on that monthly time frame. And a lot of people fail to look wider. They don't look at the higher time frames to really get an understanding for what that picture is. Now, I don't look at the news as much as you might think. I do look at it. I do read it. I don't make decisions based on it. I make decisions for my macro, my investment portfolio on the chart because it absorbs all the news and it shows it to me anyway. If I see something like this, I'm likely going to suggest, well, there's been some bad stuff happen. Why? Because bad stuff means markets fall. I don't need to know exactly what that is. I'll give you a good story, actually. Traded with four blokes in London. I was one of them. One of them was an analyst for UBS. He just quit the job because he got a massive bonus. This is going back to, be maybe 16 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that, 14, something like that. And the traders, myself and two other blokes included, we traded the ES, the NQ, the TF, the YM in the intraday session for the open of the US markets. And we'd be in and out of trades quick because we were scalping tick charts and whatnot. Now, we'd be in and out of a trade with profit in our hands or a loss, depending on what happened. And he'd go, oh, well, why'd that happen? And that's the thing. A trader will take action based on what information they have in front of them. And an analyst wants to know why. I'm a trader. I'm making decisions based on the chart. So I don't need to know the why. I need to know what I'm doing at any given time. And that's what a structured approach does. And that's what I do. That's how I trade the markets. Right now, the monthly is looking very good on total. The monthly is looking very good on Bitcoin. Total market cap on the daily has pushed itself now into an uptrend only just, and Bitcoin has pushed itself into an uptrend only just. It set the stage for further upside. If we are going to see it, we should see it from somewhere around these regions, given that we have a higher low. We might get some chop and it might not work out exactly like that, but first step was to get some selling, tick. Next one is to get a higher low or potential higher low, tick. The next one was to get a higher low, higher high, by breaking this, tick. Three things are coming into line right now to match up with that monthly. Going to wait and see what goes on because it's certainly not time to start kissing babies and being stoked and buying new Ferraris. It's not the time for that at all. But it is a bit more optimistic that we're seeing in the market. It's been really, really good. So I hope this finds you well. And by the way, for those that have jumped onto that free webinar that I put out, the feedback's been really great. I appreciate it. Keep giving me that feedback. I want to be able to produce more quality content like this for you guys. For those that don't have it, you'll find it either in the description of the YouTube or underneath my post here. It's totally free, and jump on board if you want to. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. If you like this content, give me a follow. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.